Welcome back to Dirty Water, Coins and Collectibles. I have mainly a quarter hunt tonight. I have 29 rolls of quarters, kind of mixed between Loomis wrapped and customer wrapped. Looks like somebody just made up some wraps. Looks like they used paper. They have 2 rolls of just paper wrapped quarters. I do have 2 rolls of $half. I'll open those first, and then we'll get into the quarters. We're looking for W's, silver, proofs, foreigns, errors, and varieties. So let me get the box to the side, starting on the halves, and I'll bring you in if I come across something. See you in a second. Alright, let's start with the first roll here. See if we come across anything. Ooh, I think I heard silver. We do. I got 2 on the end right there. You can see them. You can see the color difference. All these copper. And then right there on the end, we've got silvers. 1968. Yeah. And a 1966. Sweet. I will go through these to see if there's any kind of errors or varieties. But let's pop this one open. See if even find a spot to. There we go. All right. See if there's any luck in this one. I didn't hear much in that. No, I don't see any silver in that one. But hey, we got 2. I'll take that for sure. Let me go through these and see if there's any varieties. If there is, I'll put them to the side, and we'll get into the quarters. Be right back. All right, no varieties in the $half, but we did get the silver. 1966, 1968. I did open up the first roll of quarters, and this was one of the white wrapped paper rolls. We did get some scumbaggery in there. And we have 1989 out of Philly. All right, let me get into this roll, see what I can find. All right, first coin in that roll, we have a Washington crossing the Delaware with some doubling under the cuff right there. Bring you back with the next find. Still on the first roll, we have a Dr. Mary Edwards Walker. We have a little die chip in between the C and the E, and a little die chip on the metal. Bring you back with the next find. Still on roll 1, we have another Dr. Mary Edwards Walker, and a die chip between the C and the E, 2 of them, and 2 die chips on the shield. Not the shield, the metal there and there. Be right back. I'm working on roll number 2, and we have a Fort McKenry under the scope. We have some doubling inside the firework burst here. We have doubling in the windows, doubling on the roof line, doubling in the doorway as well. So we'll look this one up and put the variety info right in this area here. Back with the next find. Working on roll number 4, and I have another Fort McKenry under the scope, And we don't really have much in the ways of doubling inside the bursts. But we do have doubling in the windows. Doubling in the doorway. Looks like a little bit on the roof line. I'm not sure which one this is. It looks like doubling on the roof here. So this is different than the one that we just found. The doubling down here inside the doorway is thicker than the one that we just found. So we'll put the info right in this area as well. Not sure which one this is. Be back with the next find. Working on roll number 16. I have a Teddy Roosevelt under the scope, and we've got a Hershey's Kiss on the hat. We have a giant die chip right up here. It kind of looks like a Hershey's Kiss or a poop emoji. We'll hold this one aside. The coin's actually in fairly decent condition, so hold it to the side. We'll keep the hunt going. Still on 16, immediately following Teddy Roosevelt, we've got a really good spitting horse. You can see it coming right out into the C, grazing the A through the C, right out to the rim. Then it comes up out of the horse's head, just a little bit, right here. And again, this coin is actually in pretty decent condition too. So I'll hold this one aside. That's a good one. All right, let's keep her going. Working on roll number 17. And do we have a cud? Not on that one, but we do right here, right there. So we've got a rim cud on Voyageurs 2018. I'm happy to take it. Throw that under the scope. There we go. All right, let's keep this hunt going. Done pretty well so far. Be back with the next one. Roll number 19 gives us a tall grass prairie with a cud, not a cud, I'm sorry, die chip on the inner wing. That's not supposed to be there. It's actually a pretty large die chip. And the coin on this one is in relatively nice condition. So we will be holding this one aside as well. Let's keep it going. Bring you in with the next find. Hunting roll number 21. I have a homestead under the scope. And we have a DDR. Looks like some doubling in L3. And possibly a little bit of extra pump handle right there. So that one's kind of cool. I'll pull this to the side a little bit and see if I can remember to put the variety in there. Be back with the next one. Working on roll number 24. And I have a Maya Angelou under the scope. And it looks like we have DDR, I can't remember if it's 1. I don't think it's 3. I'm going to say it's DDR number 1 with doubling right in here, right on the airing there. So that's a cool find. Let's keep her going. All right, our $50 and quarter hunt has been finished. I want to correct myself. At the beginning of the video, I said 29 rolls of quarters. It was 28 rolls of quarters and 2 rolls of halves. We did get some finds. Let's go over what they were. Very first roll was a customer wrapped paper roll. We had a Scumbaggery 1989 Philly nickel. And I didn't see any kind of errors of varieties on that one. Down here we have some lower mintage. I have a Choco Culture out of Denver, 3 out of Philly, an Acadia out of Philly, and an El Yunque. I believe this one was Denver. Yeah, Denver. Really nice condition, so I held that one aside. I did get a Hope Quarter, Dr. Polly Murray. I don't find these very often, and it did have a little bit of doubling on the obverse. From that angle right there with that lighting, she looks like a zombie. All right, let's carry on. For our errors and varieties, we had the doubling in the cuff. We had some die chips in between the C and the E, and on the metal right down here on the bottom. Same here, die chips between the C and the E, a die chip up on the metal there and down in here. We had a couple of DDRs on the Fort McKenry, 1 and 2. We had the poop emoji on top of Mr. Roosevelt's hat. And we have a die chip on the inner wing of the butterfly for Tallgrass Prairie. Down here we have a couple of the better varieties or errors. We have a spitting horse. We have the cud on the Voyageurs, 2018 Voyageurs. Maya Angelou with the DDR in the earring. Homestead with DDR in the windows and possibly on the pump handle. And then down here, for our better finds, in my opinion, we got some silver finally out of some halves. We have a 1966 Philly and a 1968, which I believe are all Denvers. So let's hear that wonderful sound. We don't get to hear that all that often. So that's our hunt. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button in the lower left-hand corner right down there. If you have not subscribed yet, but you keep coming back to watch some videos, please subscribe. It does help out the channel. It helps me out, helps out the videos. But definitely hitting that like button helps the video make its way through YouTube's algorithm to reach viewers like yourself. I want to thank you all for watching. See you on the next one.